I'm 67 years old. 22 years ago, I did something that most people only dream about. I retired at 45. I had the money. I had my freedom. I had all the time in the world. My friends called me lucky. My colleagues called me smart. I called myself set for life. And it was the single biggest mistake I ever made. If you're sitting there right now, dreaming about early retirement, planning your escape from the rat race, thinking that financial freedom is the answer to all your problems, please watch this before you make the same mistake that cost me 13 years of my life. Let me take you back to 2004. I was 45 years old, working in tech, 70-hour weeks, constant stress, missing my kids' soccer games, barely seeing my wife. I was exhausted, burned out, and desperate for an escape. So I did what every financial independence guru tells you to do. I saved aggressively, lived below my means, maxed out my 401k, built a portfolio worth $2.3 million. According to every calculator, every forum, every expert, I had enough. The day I walked out of that office for the last time, I felt like I'd won the lottery. I'd beaten the system, while everyone else would slave away until 65. I was free at 45. 20 years of my life, given back to me. Those first 6 months were incredible. I slept until 10 a.m. I traveled to Thailand, to Europe, places I'd always dreamed about. No meetings, no deadlines, no alarm clocks. Every day felt like Saturday. I remember sitting on a beach in Bali, drinking a cocktail at 2 p.m. on a Tuesday, thinking, this is it. I figured it out. This is what life is supposed to be. I had no idea what was coming. Month 7. That's when everything changed. I woke up one morning, and for the first time since retiring, I felt it. This heavy, suffocating feeling in my chest. I looked at my wife getting ready for work, and I thought, now what? What am I supposed to do today? See, I'd spent 6 months running from my old life, but I never figured out what I was running to. I had no hobbies, no passions, no purpose. My entire identity for 23 years had been wrapped up in my career. Director of engineering. That's who I was. That's how I introduced myself at parties. That's where my self-worth came from. And now, I was just a guy. A guy with money but nothing to do. A guy with all the time in the world but no reason to use it. The depression hit me like a freight train. I'd wake up at 10, scroll through my phone for 2 hours, maybe play some golf alone, come home, watch TV, day after day after day. My friends, they were all still working. They couldn't meet for lunch on a Wednesday. They were busy, building careers, making an impact. While I was decomposing on my couch, my wife would come home and ask, "How was your day?" And I had nothing to say. Nothing happened. Nothing mattered. I was living, but I wasn't alive. Then came the money anxiety. And this is something nobody talks about. When you're working, your net worth goes up every month. Paycheck comes in. Investments grow. You feel like you're building something. But in retirement, you watch that number go down every month. Every single month, you're pulling money out, and it never comes back. I thought I had enough. But watching your life savings decrease month after month, it's psychological torture. Every dinner out, every vacation, every unexpected expense. It felt like I was eating my future. I became more stressed about money in retirement than I ever was while working. 3 years in, at 48 years old, I finally understood what I'd done wrong. And by then, it was too late. First, I realized that work gave me so much more than just money. It gave me structure, purpose, identity, challenges that made me grow, colleagues who became friends, the feeling that I was contributing something valuable to the world. Retirement stripped all of that away in one day. Second, I retired from something, not to something. I was running away from stress, from my boss, from meetings, but I had no vision for what I wanted my life to become. No mission, no passion project, no reason to wake up. That's not retirement. That's just waiting to die. Third, I watched my former colleagues continue their careers, and it destroyed me. The industry I left, it exploded. The people I worked with doubled their net worth, got promoted to VP, started companies that went public. I missed the biggest wealth-building decade of my life. That decision to retire early probably cost me $5 to $7 million. Fourth, my relationship suffered in ways I never expected. My wife kept working, and instead of being supportive, I resented her. I resented that she still had purpose, colleagues, somewhere to go. She resented me for being home all day, moping around, depressed. We almost divorced. The thing that was supposed to give us more time together nearly tore us apart. And fifth, this is the one that still haunts Me, completely underestimated. Longevity in healthcare. At 45, I calculated everything based on living until 85. 40 years of expenses. But I didn't account for inflation properly. I didn't account for healthcare costs that triple as you age. I didn't plan for my dad's care, which fell on me. I didn't build in enough buffer, and I was terrified I was going to run out of money before I ran out of life. At 52, 7 years after retiring, I tried to go back to work. 7 years out of the tech industry. I was obsolete. My skills were outdated. My network had moved on. The young managers interviewing me looked at my resume with pity. I had to take contract work at half my old salary. The ego hit nearly killed me. I finally found solid work again at 58, but I'd lost my prime earning years. The years where I had experience, energy, and opportunity. The years that compound into wealth and fulfillment. So let me tell you what I wish I'd done instead. What I'd tell my 45-year-old self if I could go back. First, retire to something, not from something. Before you quit, have a clear vision, a passion, a project, a mission that genuinely excites you. Test it while you're still working. Make sure it's real, because financial freedom without purpose is just an expensive prison. Second, consider part-time work or consulting instead of full-stop retirement. Keep your brain engaged. Maintain your skills, your network, your identity. Work 20 hours a week doing something you actually enjoy. That's the sweet spot I missed. Third, build your non-work identity before you retire. Develop hobbies, friendships outside of work, community connections while you're still employed. Don't make your career your entire personality. Then expect to be fine without it overnight. Fourth, plan for living to 95, not 85. Factor in real inflation numbers. Healthcare will cost 3 times more than you think. Long-term care is astronomical. Build massive buffers. Most early retirees underestimate by 30 to 50%. And fifth, understand that your 40s and 50s are your peak earning years. You have experience, wisdom, and energy. Walking away from that costs you exponentially more than retiring at 60 or 62 ever would. I'm not telling you not to pursue early retirement. I'm telling you not to do what I did. Don't retire without a plan for your identity. Don't retire without understanding that money is the easy part. The hard part is waking up every day with purpose, with meaning, with a reason to exist beyond just not working. I eventually found my way. At 58, I started a non-profit helping kids learn coding. I found purpose again. I found my identity again. But I lost 13 years in the darkness, wondering what the hell I'd done to myself. Watching my savings dwindle, feeling worthless, watching life pass me by. If I could go back, I'd work until 55, transition to part-time at 50. I'd build my post-work life while still working. I'd retire towards something I loved, not away from something I hated. The goal isn't to not work. The goal is to work at something that fulfills you, on your own terms, for as long as you're able. Don't make my mistake. Financial independence is beautiful, but purposeless freedom is a prison with a nice view. Think harder about why you want to retire early than how you'll afford it, because the money will work itself out. Your identity, your purpose, your reason for living. That's what you need to figure out first. I'm 67 years old, and I finally understand what retirement should be. I just wish someone had told me this 22 years ago. Now, I'm telling you, before it's too late.